The next area we will cover is event management. To begin, click the Events button on the main toolbar. The Events view provides details about events, and the option to take action on the event. Those actions include acknowledging the event, masking runaway events, locking the event, and adding notes on actions taken. By default, the events shown in the list are from the last hour when opening up the Events page from Operations. Events are added to the event log queue in real time, continually updating the event list. You can stop the updates from being added by clicking on the Play/Pause button. This will stop any new events from being displayed while working within the event log. Click the Play/Pause button again to continue with real-time updates. To search for events on a particular day and time, use the date, time dials to select the start and end times. Click on the arrows located above or below the start and end date and times to select the desired value. When finished, click on the Search button to begin the search. There are also 3 other event queues used to manage events. These are Shunted, Locked and Emergency. Shunted lists events that are generated with no notices issued for those events. If an event type is generating frequent notices that do not need to be reviewed, the event notice can be shunted. The event is not recorded to the database. When the event is no longer shunted, the database will start recording that event again. For example, if you do not want to have events created each time a user logs into the system, you can shunt the user login event that is created. Locked lists events that are flagged as locked, meaning the event cannot be groomed. Events can be saved in the database. To prevent grooming. Grooming occurs when the database deletes the oldest events to make room for newer events. Emergency lists events that were configured with an emergency severity type. An emergency event will also cause the Events button to pulsate on the Operations toolbar until the event is acknowledged. Aside from displaying the events in a list, you can also view them in a grid view. The grid view displays a thumbnail of the video associated with each event. The Save button exports the current event log list to a CSV file. The Print button will print the current event log list. Search triggers any update of the event log list if a value is entered in the adjoining field. Search only checks the event source field for the value, and displays only the events that match that criteria. As an example, we want to search any event types with the word face in the event source. Click on the Search button to start the search. The event log list can be filtered to display only specific event types. Filtering can be done on a high level to filter out entire categories, such as cameras, or to filter out specific events, such as camera informational events. All categories and event types are allowed by default. An event category is filtered out of the list when it is deselected. Note: filtering an event type out of the event log does not prevent the gateway from collecting that data and storing the event. Here, we filtered out all analytic events. Doing so removed them from the list. Clicking on the down arrow below a filter will open a filter list to choose a specific event type to filter. Choose the event types to filter by removing the checkmark to the right of the event type. When finished, click on the X to return to the event interface. Notice that the user login events are also removed from the events list. Now that we have an understanding of the functions and tools of the event interface, we are going to take a closer look at one of the events from the list. Each event in the list displays the date and time of the event, the event source and the event type. The current status of the event is also indicated. The statuses of an event are open, need acknowledgement, acknowledged, or closed. Each event also indicates whether or not the event has been locked. Once an event is selected, the event details dialog is displayed. This dialog lists the details of the event, as displayed in the event log and other events windows. If a recorded camera is associated with the event, a looping video clip of the event will be displayed. You can click on the looping video to display the video in the video player. Here you have full access to the video player toolbar that we reviewed in the cameras section of operations. Click on the back arrow to return to the event details interface. For events involving card holders or face captures by the face grab analytic, the picture of the card holder or the face captured will be displayed in the profile picture box. Notes can also be added to an event to capture details regarding the event for later reference. Once the note is added, click on the Save checkmark to add the note to the note history of the event. As we learned, some events such as an emergency require acknowledgement. To acknowledge the event, simply click on the Acknowledge button. Once acknowledged, the event details will indicate that the event has been acknowledged and the history of this event has been updated. To close an event, click on the Close button. Again, the event details and history will be updated to indicate that the event has been closed. As discussed earlier, you can shut this event or lock it to save the event from being prematurely groomed. We will lock this event as an example. Once the event has been locked, the history for this event will be updated and it will be added to the locked event queue. To reopen an event that has been closed, click on the Open icon. To return to the event main page, click on the X. And finally, we will take a closer look at a face recognition event. When a face recognition event occurs, the event displays the captured face, along with the matched face from the database. If the face match is not correct, a match can be manually assigned using a different image or person. The event is updated to reflect the correct match. Click on the Assign button. A linked symbol appears with the image that the face capture was matched with. Select the image and click on the X to remove the link. Click on another image to link this face capture to. And then click on the check mark to save the change. And then click the X to exit. The event will be updated to reflect the changes that were made to the face recognition. This concludes our review of the Events feature of the Next Level Unified Security Suite. In this module, we discovered that events provide a list of all real-time system events, as well as access to past events, allowing you the ability to monitor all the various activities that take place within the system, document the events with the use of notes, lock an event as well as provide acknowledgement to those events that require intervention. Please return to the NLSS Training Center to continue the review of tutorials covering the operation and configuration of the NLSS Gateways and Unified Security Suite.